the Rules Committee will come to order. So not very many things can pass unanimously in the United States Senate these days, but the bill that we're considering here today did last night. S475, the Juneteenth National Independence Day Act, would create a federal holiday recognizing the moment some of the last formerly enslaved people in the United States learned that they were free. This is a critical step in recognizing the wrongs of the past. We have an incredible opportunity here to send this legislation to the president's desk. I hope we seize this moment quickly as we prepare to mark the milestone, this week. Some have asked why we are at the Rules Committee with this. I think we were told that we want to get unanimous consent on this. We were told that there would probably be an objection. And then we thought that maybe we could bring this up under suspension, and we're told that we can't guarantee that it would pass under suspension. I hope that that's not the case. I trust that won't be the case. But let me just say, I am eternally grateful to the ranking member, Mr. Cole, and to all the Republican members and to also the Democratic members for agreeing to meet this quickly. You know, you have been incredibly cooperative. And so I just want to acknowledge that, and I'm grateful for that. And so I will turn now to Mr. Cole for any comments he wishes to make.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, and we certainly understand the need to move this legislation expeditiously and want to cooperate with you in every way in that regard. We're here on very short notice, obviously, on Senate 475. This item establishes June 19th as Juneteenth Independence Day and makes it a federal holiday. Juneteenth commemorates the emancipation of African-American slaves immediately following the end of the Civil War. In subsequent years, it's become a time for Americans of all races to reflect on the end of slavery in this country and a celebration of African-American heritage. On Juneteenth, we as Americans remember the sacrifices of Union soldiers who fought to end slavery. We remember Abraham Lincoln, whose Emancipation Proclamation paved the way for the full ending of slavery in this country. We remember subsequent generations of African-American leaders, including Frederick Douglass and Martin Luther King Jr., and heroes of the civil rights movement like our own much missed and departed John Lewis. But most of all, we remember the generations of African-Americans who were held in bondage as slaves. It is right that Americans should dedicate a day to remembering these millions who were so unjustly held against their will for so long. My home state of Oklahoma has recognized Juneteenth as a state holiday since 1994, and I'm deeply gratified that the House is acting today to extend this recognition to the federal level. Indeed, this is an idea whose time has come. For that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
I thank the gentleman from Oklahoma for his very thoughtful statement. Again, I appreciate his cooperation. And now the chair will entertain a motion from the distinguished gentleman from Colorado, Mr. Perlmutter.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move the committee grant S475, the Juneteenth National Independence Day Act, a closed rule. The rule provides 1 hour of debate equally divided and controlled by the chair and ranking minority member of the Committee on Oversight and Reform or their designees. The rule waives all points of order against consideration of the bill. The rule provides that the bill shall be considered as read. The rule waives all points of order against provisions in the bill. And finally, the rule provides one motion to recommit.
Thank you very much. You've heard the motion from the gentleman. The question is not, is there any discussion or?
Mr. Chairman?
Dr. Burgess.
Right. I'm not obviously not seeking recognition to delay anything, but I do feel obligated to point out that this has been uniquely a Texas holiday. Major General Gordon Granger did land at the Port of Galveston to deliver this information back in 1865, and we are certainly happy to share this day of jubilation with the rest of the country and thank the United States Senate for providing the recognition for what has been uniquely a Texas holiday, I think, since early 1980s. But I thank the chairman, and I'll yield back.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Hearing none, the vote is now on the motion from the gentleman from Colorado. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it, and the motion is agreed to. And the gentlewoman from Pennsylvania, Ms. Scanlon, will manage it for the majority.
Well, and the gentleman from Pennsylvania, Mr. Reschenthaler, will manage for the Republican.
He's on a roll. This is his second rule this week.
Well, he's just doing so well out there, Mr. Chairman.
I told him, after his last performance, I laughed, I cried, he was better than cats.
Well, and to be fair, it's good we should have two members that both represent the state of the greatest battle in the Civil War and the turning point there for both sides. So I think it's an appropriate selection by each.
Well, I agree. Okay, well, thank you very much again. I want to thank Mr. Kohler and my Republican colleagues and also my Democratic colleagues for agreeing to this meeting on such short notice. Without objection, the committee is adjourned.